welcome to this great event at Willinga, the wonderful Willinga. It's the big day, it's the big afternoon, it's the last day of the Foresight Grand Prix, and I'm joined with a number of esteemed colleagues, which we'll get to Mr. Graham Watts shortly. But first of all, Edwina Mitchell, Event Director. You've done it again, you even brought the weather with you. Edwina, all the riders in their lineups are saying what a magnificent site this is, what a great centre. But please give us an idea of who have you attracted to this event?
Thank you, Martin. Our numbers are increased from last year, just not by much, but by a little bit. We have a couple of eventers this year. Shane Rose is here, and we're very happy to have him, of course. Rachel Lee, the Palms, or Cassie and Rob Palm. Also Amber Fuller, of course, Tom McDermott, the usual crew. So a good, strong contingent. Victorians, Phil Lever, who's done so well, Brooke Dobbin, who's also had a great show. So we're very happy with the numbers, very happy with the riders that we have. Interestingly, we've had a very strong junior content this year in both the children's and the juniors. They've been lacking for the last couple of years, but it's really good to see the numbers building up and the quality of the juniors as they do more of these big shows with the big courses and the great, yeah, very good, very good.
And of course, worldwide these days, everyone reports back about shows in terms of big competitions as to how the surface rode. Here, I've heard nothing but positive feedback about the surface. What about yourself? What have you heard?
Yes, exactly the same, Martin, which is wonderful to hear. It's such an expensive surface. I don't mean to talk about money, but yeah, it's really good to hear from the riders that because we don't show jump on it very often, only once a year. We're trying to change that, but finding a date, of course, is hard. So great that the surface has been maintained so well and lasted and is as good as, which is what it was designed for. So it's good.
Worldwide competition, and we've got a worldwide audience on our live stream as far away as Latvia.
So I believe.
Indeed, indeed. Now, a couple of things which I, as someone who's really engrossed in training and coaching with next generation athletes, I want to give you a massive rap here. You let the young, if you will, novice juniors come into the ring. You put on a children's Grand Prix, riders as young as 11 years of age. You expose them to what is top class show jumping, all about the atmosphere, the courses, etc., the fill. And also, while I'm giving you praise, young horse classes. You've been responsible for Waratah, you dedicated a day to young horse classes, and of course, here again, you've had a wonderful response to your looking after, again, not only next generation riders, but also the equestrian four-legged friends. This is obviously something quite dear to you.
Well, it is, and it has to be, because if we don't look after the ones coming up, we won't have anything at the top. Young horses, it has been. I do some breeding myself. I've had a young rider, I've had a junior. And the children in particular, and this is why the children's ranks are swelling, because we are doing the children's series, getting the kids, the young ones, 12 to 14, 10 to 14, into the main ring so that they can have a go, so that when they get to the big juniors, it's not such a big step up. But if we don't do this here at these venues, then our junior ranks will dwindle again, and they're not. They're they're starting to get strong. I can remember in 2011, actually it was 2010, it was the year before I did Oz Champs at Dubbo. I was marshalling, stewarding at Canberra for the last year that Canberra did Australian Championships. We had 100 juniors. 25% of them possibly shouldn't have been there, but we had 100 juniors in that junior class at Australian Championships. Recently, I think it was around 50, and at the last year's Waratah, last year's Willinga, 20 or 30. This year at Waratah, I had 50. This year, we've got 30 here, which is really, really good. It's not a big venue for huge classes here, but yeah, we have to do this. And the young horse classes at Waratah, huge, 25 to 30, and some of the young horses, I know, it was really, that's what it's all about.
And just on that, the feedback you also get, and promoting a lot of people, spend a lot of time, a lot of money, yes, it's nothing's inexpensive anymore. I'm thinking of Diamond Bee, I'm thinking of Oaks, I'm thinking of Yokala, Tulara, all these great studs that have gone out of their way to produce a sport horse for international competition, and all of a sudden they can put their wares on display in a young horse class.
And they can, and they do, and they've always supported the shows that I've done. And here again, we've got some of the breeders. We've got Greengrove. Talara's not here, but Talara's an incredible sponsor of young horse classes in Australia. But Diamond B is here competing. They've got their shows. Oaks also here competing. They've got their horses at this show. It's look at the last class. Oaks Van Dyke won the mini Prix, and I'm pretty sure I remember Oaks Van Dyke at a Waratah a year or so ago in the young horse classes. I think Jess Brown might have had it. But this to me is what it's all about, is bringing them on, encouraging the junior ranks, both four-legged and two-legged, so that we've got 30-odd in our main class at Willinga.
And just closing, this year, Bonio Park has had the Nationals for some time, and there's one particular person that will be running the Nationals this year at SIAC. A final word on what you would like to achieve running would it be your first Nationals?
No, I did one in 2011 at Dubbo. I had my L plates on then, I must admit. And after, nobody else would put their hand up for it. I was a bit silly and a bit young. But anyway, yes, I am hosting. Waratah Show Jumping is hosting Australian Jumping Championships 2023, or AJC 23 as we call it, at SIAC from Tuesday the 31st of November through to Sunday the 5th. It will be a different show to how Bonio has done it. I don't have the ability at SIAC to have 3 or 4 good rings. I can, I've had to work very hard to get 2 good rings down there, but we'll do it. Graham will be our technical delegate down there this year. And again, differently, I'm going to run it over 6 days, and pretty much every class will have a rest day in between. It's the only way I can fit it in. I don't have a surface like this, so we have to be very careful. We have to be very careful with the surface. So that's meant a completely different program and a different approach. But anyway, we will see what we will see. I had a sponsorship target, and I have gone beyond that, which means that some of the nice touches in the VIP furniture, carrots for the horses, water for the riders, just little tiny things and a bit of flagging, a bit of marketing collateral, I'll be able to do, and hopefully I'll get it for a few years after that, and that's up to EAJC to decide.
She's a force of equestrian nature. It's a nice segue to bring in Graham Watts. Edwina Mitchell, you do a great job for our sport. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Edwina Mitchell.
Thank you very much.
Graham Watts, TV star, Graham Watts, broadcast out all around the world, which is fantastic, a great crew. Graham, I've been on that microphone last 4 days praising your courses. I've been so impressed how you've managed to create wonderful flowing tracks for your young horses, and now here we go, various tracks along the way, the Mini Prix, the Futurity, but this is the big one. This is the Foresight Grand Prix. Can you give us a little insight as to how you've really developed this course? And I note the big thing that you've been telling me, 375 metres per minute. It's a big factor these days, isn't it?
It is. Thank you, Martin. Look, it's an easy job to build on this arena because the footing is absolutely unbelievable. Our job as a course designer is made very, very easy if you have a good footing. We haven't had a horse slip or stumble for 3 days. The horses are wanting to jump off it. They're making up ground. And it's a credit to the guys that look after the footing, everyone involved with the show, that they keep the arena like it is, and it makes it easy for horses to jump.
Well, you're very modest because I know you work diligently, and when you're not out here with your great arena crew, you're up there in the office planning your next course. If we just look at a couple of the options here, the wall, fence 11, I've walked that 7 strides into the combination, the treble, out on the 8. Would that be a fair assessment? Is that how you build it?
Yeah, it's for 7 forward strides, 1 and 2 in the treble, and then 8 after the treble. And again, at how they ride the corners. If the riders are not riding the right lines, well, they'll make mistakes, but it's there to ride, and we've got a very good calibre of field in this class, and I'm hoping for many clean rounds out of it.
Yeah, the call is Watsy hasn't missed us, and I don't think you have. But again, I think the word you just said is absolutely on point, fair. I mean, you're not out to bust horses, inverted commas. You're more to challenge the rider and horse combination. And of course, you need a horse with a fair bit of experience. And if we turn around with our sponsors of the event, the Foresight, coming in to this line here, that's something that you particularly think is quite a strong line, isn't it? The oxer to the vertical and coming out over the double.
Yeah, they're going to have to be very rideable. We have the oxer away, which is then 4 strides down to the vertical, 5 strides to the first part of the combination, and then 1 stride out. So oxer in, vertical, oxer out. It'll test the horses with a little bit of scope, and then it'll also test the ones in the middle of it, that they're very careful over the 2 verticals.
It's an ask, and just for the grandstand and the VIP area, 4 strides in, 5 strides out to a tall double. On the backside, I know we've got the triple bar down to a fairly tall vertical. George Sanner assures me that's on the 9 strides. Would you concur?
Yeah, exactly. It's just a forward back towards the in-gate 9. The triple bar's a $1.90 wide, $1.50 high. It's basically we have a couple of $1.55 verticals. The widest oxer is a $1.60. So, there's enough in it. These horses, with our time schedule this year, have had a lot of jumping, and the next few weeks in the lead up to the Australian Championships, there is a lot of jumping for them, so we don't want to cook them today and overdo it. The main thing is today we've got to make a really nice class out of it and have all the horses going well at the end of the show.
Yeah, and again, just let me repeat, for people new to show jumping in our VIP, the triple bar on the far side, 1.90 wide, 1.50 high, was that, Graham?
Yes.
1.50 high. And then we follow around the course. Is it something that I've missed as where you perceive it really needs a fair bit of riding?
Yeah, I think with the gear today, and it's all European gear that's been imported in, so it's all the light rails, they fall very easily. The old days of bashing rails and them stopping up are gone. Credit to Terry and Jeanette Snow for buying this gear. It's all light gear. It doesn't take much of a rub to fall, and it's great for a horse welfare side of things. And it's difficult to jump clean rounds on.
No doubt about it, and a fitting $9,500 to the winner. Foresight, remarkable sponsors here at Willinga. So, just in closing, how many clears?
Every horse without a mistake.
There you go. Should be a diplomat. But I will just sign off back to camera, and thank you, Graham Watts. He has done an outstanding job. Could we put our hands together, please, for what has been a remarkable 4 days of jumping. He's a very modest man, but he builds a fantastic track. To the viewers at home, we hope you enjoy the afternoon. It's the big one. It's the Foresight Grand Prix. It's $9,500 to the winner. If you want to tell your friends where to find this link, it's on the Willinga Park webpage. We're all about to start. Riders are in the warm-up, 10 minutes away. We'll be back live with the big one, the Foresight Grand Prix.
Hi, I'm Eric Lowry, veterinary surgeon at Willinga Park. Willinga Park Vet Hospital aspires to be one of the best hospitals in Australia, provides a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week emergency and aftercare service. Our team of highly qualified staff is dedicated to offering a personalized and compassionate veterinary service, utilizing state-of-the-art technology within the vet hospital. The vet hospital is furnished with sophisticated diagnostic, medical and surgical equipment, as well as exclusive stables and an intensive care unit which features a very extensive reproductive line with the best laboratory facilities. Our ambition at Willinga Park is to provide equine excellence to every horse discipline.
And here we go, back with the action live. Somebody has to go first. And in this case, it's Gemma Crichton from Queensland. Guy Crichton, Olympian, his dad, no doubt watching the live streaming. This is an imported horse. Dada de Brembele. And a horse that Gemma has had a lot of success with. Length on course is 540 metres. Think about that for 2 seconds. Over half a kilometre of length at 375 metres a minute, which is a fair click. And time allowed is 87 seconds. Now, sometimes the VIP, you'll find that a course builder will put out a time, 87 seconds, because he has measured out that with a wheel. But he may well then, or she may well then, adjust that time within 2 or 3 horses, depending on if he or she likes the way the course is being ridden. So that is adjustable in the first couple of rides. But at the moment, 87 seconds is the time allowed. But over half a kilometre, 540 metres of course to be negotiated at 375 metres per minute. If you've just joined us, Graham Watts, esteemed course builder, is making the point that in Australia we have to be competitive with international times. We must ride faster. And indeed, the riders are making a great job of moving in that direction. First to go, let's wish her well on this wonderful Foresight-sponsored Willinga Park Grand Prix. Where in the world would you want to be other than here at Willinga? Gemma Crichton, first to go, Dada de Brembele. What a clear round. Wow. Time allowed, 87 seconds. Time taken, 80.77. 7 seconds just about inside the time. Extraordinary. Rising to the challenge of jumping height and width at pace. The 5 strides into 10A. Wow. Leant back on the steering column and wooed for Australia. Got the job done. Excellent. Off to a great clear. Gemma Crichton, Dada de Brembele. She's won the recent Waratah World Cup. She's a former national champion, senior rider of Australia. From Chatham Park, it's Amber Fuller, CP Artino. Great job, Amber Fuller. Cipriatino, well inside the time. Time taken 81.95, just the one rail, 4 faults. I mentioned that Amber Fuller was a former senior champion show jump rider of the nation. And now we find our present senior champion of Australia, the winner of the recent World Cup at Tamworth, Tom McDermott, Coolie Gangster. What a round. All clear and appreciated by Thomas and this large crowd we have gathered here at Willinga. Top class show jumping on display, and once again, well inside the time allowed. That must make Graham Watts very happy. Time allowed, 87 seconds. All clear, 82.55. The former eventing horse will no longer see cross country ever. Formerly, Matea Davidson. Matea Davidson, a qualified vet by trade, been spending some time with former Olympic coach Rod Brown. She rides JB Vigilante. Matea Davidson from Queensland. Great job, Matea. A little steady, reflected in one time fault, 87.85. 8 jumping one time, total of 9. Two clears going forward. Gemma Crichton, Dada De Brembele, and Tom McDermott, Coolie Gangster. Originally from Sweden, now in Victoria with partner Phil Lever. Mab Aubry du Mab Aribo is the horse. This lady is outstanding in the saddle. Just been knocking on the door of something. And I said the other day, maybe in the Foresight Grand Prix. Well done, Frida. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way, and unfortunately that's been her show. 4 or 8 faults, otherwise going outstanding.
We have JPR on 4. 1 for Shane, 2 for Maddie, 3 for Robert, 4 for Jeff, 5 for...
Now the calibre of rider that Edwina Mitchell was referring to. Into the ring now with a relatively new ride. Katut is a dual Olympian. James Patterson Robinson, a country boy from Victoria, had dreams of riding abroad, went and did so. Spent many years in Europe. Now back in Australia, based in the Sydney region, with partner and young mother Sarah Duggan from the UK. On course, our international rider, James Patterson Robinson, Katut.
And next in the warm-up will be Russell.
Unlucky. Katut just had a look at that wall, a little green to it. But what about his 4 and 5 strides down the middle? A lot of riders finding a little bit of irregularity. Not this fellow. Silky, silky, silky hands. For jumping one time, James Patterson Robinson and Katut. silver medalist in the world of eventing. There would not be a dry eye in the stadium if this wonderful horse, approaching 18 years of age, 2 world championships, 1 Olympic Games, has more stamps in his passport than Taylor Swift. Shane Rose and Virgil. Go, you good thing. 82.65. He's not going to have... Look at how Shane adores that horse. Ladies and gentlemen, can we put our hands together for Virgil, please? That horse has been the greatest servant for equestrian and Australian eventing perhaps ever. He is remarkable. Beautiful horse. Great to see Shane making such a fuss of him. We go from the veteran, that is Virgil, to the new kid on the block, Cammy Z, ridden by the 22-year-old Maddie Cinderberry, an ambassador for our sponsor, Foresight. Her first look at World Cup this year, and she wins a leg of it. This is a remarkable talent in the saddle. Just 22 years of age, international rider written all over her. Madeline Cinderberry, Cammy Z. Well done. Great riding. The great Cammy Z. The equally great Madeline Cinderberry. Just confirming there was a late falling rail for Amber Fuller and CP Artino, therefore attracting 8 faults. Robert Palm. J.B. Verbrandt. Bev Chug, mother of Chris. J.B. Brand, watching in Queensland. 2 clears. Robert Palm. Next to go in this Foresight Grand Prix. "12 combinations coming back into the next round. Gemma Crichton and Tom McDermott out in front with our clears. Again, knocking on the door of something big all week, not quite happening, but maybe today. Robert Palm, JB Vibrant.
We have Jeff next on court. That makes one to Olivia. 2 to 10. 4 to Brad, 5 to Russell, 6 to Rachel, 7 to Sue, and 8 to Samantha. Next into the warm-up will be Jamie.
Oh, wow. You get my point. Just an occasional. However, Robert did get a wiggle on, went 7 to the last. Everyone riding 8 ordinarily, but I think the pony, which is JB Vibrant, pony in inverted commas, just took a bit of a hold. But with 4 faults, Robert, that may not be the end of your day. 4 faults may well get you through. We're looking for the 12 best combinations going through into our second round. And another young lady that has been, again, promising something all week. It's 22 years of age. Jess Rice-Ward to Lara Dirangel. Mark Fraser's to Lara Stud, very much at the forefront of performance breeding. Great job. Jess Rice-Ward to Lara Dirangel.
We have Olivia on court.
87 seconds. Time allowed. 84.52. The 2 rails, 8 faults in total.
7 to Samantha, 8 to Jamie.
Extraordinary ride in the last class. And mini Prix for Olivia Hamoud. This time she returns. Knockout 111 by Dissonat. From Queensland. Someone's career I have followed forever. She's an extraordinary talent. Olivia Hamoud, knockout, 111. Well done, Olivia. Just breathed on part B, 12B of our treble combination. Well inside the time allowed, 80.68. The two rails, 8 faults. Top 12 combinations going forward into the jump-off round. From New Zealand, as good as an example of a Casal horse going around. LT Holst Andrea by the Super Sire Casal. These two are as brave as 10 lions, never mind one. Brooke Edgecombe, LT Holst Andrea. Great job. First horse to go 8 and 8 out of the wall into the curve and the treble. 8 strides in, 8 strides out. Just the one rail. And wow, look at this. Time allowed, 87 seconds. Brooke Edgecombe, LT Holst Andrea, 86.27. Runs into 5th position at present, looking for the top 12 to go through. The lovely big horse started a World Cup season last year, Oaks Conjurer. And the great horseman from Queensland, that is Clem Smith. Great job, Clem. Clem also opts to go 8 and 8 after the wall. One rail, 4 faults, 84.76 the time taken. Again, we hope to see Clem, who's now dropped into 5th spot in our top 12 going forward. Professor Brad Frankham, the 118-hand horse that is Oaks Calypso. One of the gentlemen of the show jumping scene. Professor of Immunology, back now riding in the big time. Brad Frankham, Oaks Calypso.
Jessica Bateman here. Jessica.
Well done, Brad. Lovely, gentle giant of a horse, Oaks Calypso. 3 down, 12 jumping. However, inside the time allowed, 85.03. Olympian, resplendent in his red international jacket. Russell Johnson, and this horse very capable of jumping around this track. Two clears. As international jockey Russell Johnson takes centre stage with Prix.
We have Russell on course. 1 for Rachel, 2 for Sam, 3 for Samantha, 4 for Jamie, 5 for Sarah, 6 for Thomas, 7 to Aaron, Amber, 8 Prix. Next in the warm-up will be Amelia.
Great job, Russell. Fast time, 78.65, just the one rail down. What entertainment we have in front of us. The Foresight Grand Prix, we were waiting for it over the last 4 days and it isn't letting down at all. This is great atmosphere, super jumping. Russell Johnson, Prix, our fastest 4 faults, and we would more than likely, Russell, see you again. From the world of eventing, but now very much show jumping bound, young mum, Rachel Lee, Chickabello.
1 for Sam, 2 for Samantha, 3 for Jamie, 4 for Sarah, 5 for Tom, 6 for Aaron, 7 for Amber, 8 for Amelia. Next in the warm-up will be Matea.
Extraordinary. Rachel Lee. That would nearly be one of the biggest tracks they've jumped, and didn't she go well? Just the one rail. How's this though? 87 is the time allowed. 86.89 just crept in. Rachel Lee into 8th spot as we welcome from New Zealand Samuel Fleur de la Cour. Well ridden, Samuel. 5 strides to 5 strides in the middle. First horse to do so, and still makes time. 81.94. Samuel into 5th spot, looking for 12 to go forward into the next round. One New Zealand combination goes out, another one comes in. Again, from the land of the long white cloud. And I know that there are lots of New Zealanders watching, including international judge Kay Williams. And what great entertainment for our folks in New Zealand on the live stream as you follow your compatriot Samantha Van Leerde, Cadillac NZ PH. And the great horsewoman that she is, Samantha Van Leerde, Cadillac NZPH, decide to retire. Little sat-nav error, unfortunately, at fence 2. Now, I know there's a few of us that enjoy yacht racing, and this young lady is very much in keeping with so. The winning family winners of the Sydney to Hobart line honours. And here's Jamie winning Kermont. One of her big ambitions is to go to Hobart on a maxi, and I think she may well be going towards it, but right now her big focus is show jumping. Jamie winning Kermond to Lara Stelensky. What a round. What a round. The winnings ways continue. Great job. Big smile on the face of Jamie winning Kermond. All clear to Lara Stelensky, 82.19. And the riders are responding to Graham Watts to ride that little bit faster. Everyone getting comfortably inside time, which is great to see. And also great to hear is the participation of this great crowd here at the fabulous Willinga. As Sarah McMillan puffs out her cheeks, gets the game face on. Tyrone VDL. Sarah, accomplished from the Central Coast in New South Wales, rides very much up at World Cup level. This a great combination. Sarah McMillan, Tyrone, VDL. Great job, wasn't it? Sarah McMillan, just the one rail. 83.59. Six riders left to go in the first round of our Foresight Grand Prix here at Willinga. With his newly imported horse. Going better and better round for round. This will be their biggest start. Got the right man in the saddle. He's our national senior Australian champion. From Western Sydney, Tom McDermott, Mr. Lincoln B. Unlucky, just that last couple of fences. Went 7 to 13. But in context, a very, very good round. Well inside the time allowed, 81.94, 8 jumping for Tom McDermott and the stallion, Mr. Lincoln. Now the grand old dame of show jumping, the great mare, Valinvader. She's won the World Cup Series here in Australia. She's no stranger to dogs cheering her on from the sidelines. She is a real feature of Australian show jumping over this last few years. And in the saddle, we have Aaron Hadlow, who's been going so well the last few months. Oh, what a clear. She's not done yet, the old girl. As Aaron points to that lovely horse of his. And is he happy? Well, that's the understatement of the year. Aaron Hadlow, Valinvader, all clear. What a great combination they've been over the years, and we're going to see them again in the second round. Fresh from her win in the World Cup at the recent Waratah event on this wonderful, wonderful horse. Is there a better back end on a show jumping horse in Australia? I think not. Capable to be ridden by this lady who I'd love to see compete internationally. Her name's Amber Fuller. The horse is extraordinary. Watch his performance now. Nepal Van Tillert. Oh, she's there. Amber Fuller, Nepal, Van to Learn, they do it again. Jumping clear rounds and show jumping is a great habit to be in. 85-25, and we will see that superstar combination back in our second round. Wow. One Chatham Park jockey goes out. Another comes in. She's 22 years of age. Amelia Douglas, Kel Falou, 1-6, imported from Belgium. Amelia says the best horse she has ever sat on. Let's wish her well. Amelia Douglas, Kel Falou, 1-6. Great job, Amelia Douglas. A relatively new partnership, wasn't prepared to go to 6 unless everything was spot on. I get the plan, therefore, for jumping, 10-time penalties. Unlucky to say the least. Matea Davison from Queensland. Back for a second ride. Professional vet by trade, Matea Davison, Checkamore D. Oh, what a job done. Fantastic. And from the get-go, Checkamore D was in no wanting to go near a pole, particularly over fence 2, I noticed straight away. Has been spending some time with former Olympic coach Rob Brown. It's paying off. Matea Davison, all clear with Checkamore D. What a great sight now as we welcome the effervescent stallion that is Cornell, last year's winner in our Grand Prix. Had some time away, now back in the competition arena. From New Zealand originally, now very much in Australia. This great stallion. Let's wish him well again. Josh Collins and Cornell. Great job. Popular Cornell. He loves his work. Great jumping stallion. 82.33 and all clear. And that brings us to a close. The first round is now concluded. We are looking for the best 12 combinations. We had 7 clears. I will confer now with the judges to get the remaining 5, but what a great first round in our Foresight Grand Prix here at the fabulous Willinga Park. Back shortly with the 12 riders to go forward into our second round.
fantastic that you've all come along here tonight to see our beautiful horses, and we love seeing you. Thanks for coming. It's been, as I say, important to us to have your support. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Eric Lowry, veterinary surgeon at Willinga Park. Willinga Park Vet Hospital aspires to be one of the best hospitals in Australia, provides a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week emergency and aftercare service. Our team of highly qualified staff is dedicated to offering a personalised and compassionate veterinary service, utilising state-of-the-art technology within the vet hospital. The vet hospital is furnished with sophisticated diagnostic, medical and surgical equipment, as well as exclusive stables and an intensive care unit which features a very extensive reproductive barn with the best laboratory facilities. Our ambition at Willinga Park is to provide equine excellence to every horse discipline.
Twelve combinations going forward into our second round. First of the clear rounds is midway down, Amber Fuller on that extraordinary talent that is Nopal Van Talert. But first out will be Sarah McMillan, Tyrone, VDL, followed by Madeline Cinderberry, the young gun, Cami Zed. From New Zealand, Sam Whale, Fleur de la Cour, Robert Palm. Good to see Robert in the jump off. He deserves to be too. JB, Vibrant, Olympian, Russell Johnson, Prix, and then we start the clears. Amber Fuller, Nopal Van Talert, Matea Davidson, a flying vet from Queensland, doing a great job. Checkermore D with Rob Brown in her corner. Our national champion, Tom McDermott, the winner of the recent Tamworth World Cup with that horse, Cooley Gangster. Wow, would this be a story? Last year's winner, back from colic surgery and in the game. The Stallion, Josh Collins and Cornell. What a ride. Jamie W. Kermon, winning Kermon to Lara Stelensky. Jamie was outstanding. Gemma Crichton, second last to come out. Dada Day, Brembele, An imported horse, no doubt, as we then go on to the last out, the veteran, that is Val Invader, ridden by Aaron Hadlow. To Foresight, we build this as the big one, the Grand Prix, $9,500 to the winner. And Foresight, hope you're enjoying your Grand Prix because it hasn't let us down in any way, shape or form. Absolutely international jumping. Level 3 course designer Graham Watts really providing great sport. In the jump off second round, we start on the far side. That's fence 14. It was 1 meter 90 wide in the first. 160 it would look like to me, or at least 155 the back rail. Off the left rein against the Willinga Park boards. The triple bar first in the jump off. Then left rein, the yellow oxer. Straight on to 16, the pink fence, the vertical. Then right rein, 5. Onto 6 as per normal from the first round. 5 to 6 on the curve. Left rein, 7. At the top near the VIP, 8. The oxer in front of the judges. 9. The related line on the 4 stride, straight on. Then right rein, 12AB in front of commentary. And then the curve line again, back to the VIP, the Willinga Park fence. So that rode 8. It will probably ride 9 or 10 on the curve in the second round. It is going to be a feast for show jumpers. Aaron Hadlow has the sit on the great mare Val Invader. First out will be Sarah McMillan, Tyrone VDL, back with all the action live in our Foresight Grand Prix in the next couple of minutes. if you're just watching show jumping for the first time, 12 riders have been asked to come back to jump a timed, shortened track for the second round, and it's seeded. So there are 5 riders coming back with 4 faults from the previous round, and whatever they achieve in the second round is added to the score from the first round. The remaining riders have jumped clear, and so they are obviously in a stronger position. But once again, you could in fact have 4 faults and then jump clear in the second, whereas if you've jumped clear in the first but then have faults that could all equal out after the end of the second round. Aaron Hadlow is all clear, and he is last to go. And in show jumping parlance, we call that the sit, and that's where he will have been determined as to what he has to do. He could potentially go for an extremely fast round or a steady round or something in between. So it will all pan out before your very eyes as this jump off unfolds. The Olympic height is 1.60 meters, and some of these fences, I'll get confirmation from Graham Watts, but I would imagine, looking at the back rail of the triple bar, that 1.60 meters is very much on the radar. The best thing is the surface. The horses are so confident jumping off this surface. You can hear them in their footfalls as they leave the ground. It really gives them some comfort and confidence to leave the ground and to land and be moving. And that's why this class is turning out to be the way it is. It was billed as our major class of the whole 4 days of jumping, and certainly that is what it's turning out to be. It's the Forsyth Grand Prix. The winner is going to receive $9,500 cash, plus ribbons, plus garlands, plus rug. It's right up there on the calendar of the show jumpers. And soon we will be away with this second round. Sarah McMillan from the Central Coast. Studied and qualified law at university and now getting to grips with horses full-time. From the Central Coast of New South Wales, first out in our second round, it's Sarah McMillan, and Sarah rides Tyrone VDL.
We have Sarah on course, 1 to Maddie, 2 to Sarah, 3 to Robert, 4 to Russell, 5 to Willinga, 6 to Mattea, 7 to John, 8 to Tom, 8 to Josh. Next in the warm-up.
First of our riders in this second round, carrying 4 from the first. Starts over this big triple bar on the far side. On a moving 10, this curved line, tall vertical. Now the double against the grandstand. Saw a moving 10 to the last. 12A, 12B, And then a really forward shot on the 10 to the last fence in front of our VIP, the Willinga fence at 13. Time allowed in the second round, 71 seconds. 4 from the first, 4 from the second, a total of 8 over the 2 rounds. Young gun, Maddie Cinderberry, 22 years of age, and this great mare of hers, Cami Zed. This youngster already won at World Cup level. Now the thrust of the Foresight Grand Prix. Maddie Cinderberry, Cami Zed. Well, thankfully, everyone's up on their feet. Certainly did look a bad fall, 1 metre 90 wide. Well, thankfully, I think we can say it's a little sore, but I think Cami Zed will be okay. Maddie up on her feet. There's no doubt that horse will now receive the very best of veterinary care and attention. But as you can see, Maddie up and the horse up, thankfully. It's very sporting, and I'm sure Maddie heard those warm wishes. We'll make sure Cami Zed receives absolutely top-class treatment straight away. We move on from New Zealand. Sam Whale, Fleur de la Cour. Carrying 4. Well done, Sam Whale, Fleur de la Cour. Game as Ned Kelly, those two, and you'll see them winning, I'm sure, on another occasion. On this occasion, bringing 1 rail from the first, plus 3 in the second, total of 16. As Robert Palm and JB Vibrant comes into the ring. Robert Palm away. Oh, just ran a little deep. He scurries round past the VIP, this 4-stride line before he turns right. Well done, Robert. Robert Palm, JB Vibrant. Total of 12 over the 2 rounds.
We have representative for 1 Amber, 2 Mateo.
Olympian Russell Johnson, carrying 4 from the first. He rides Prix. Out in front at the moment, Sarah McMillan, Tyrone VDL. A clear will go to the top of our leaderboard, vastly experienced Russell Johnson, and this wide triple bar, 1.90 meters. Keeps his rhythm on the 10. This is looking great. Prix fighting. It's a great little horse. Makes the 10 out of the double look very comfortable. 4 faults in both rails, and may well Russell be very happy. That little horse jumped the house down. Total of 8 over the 2 rounds. Now then, the serious end, the pointy end. Amber Fuller, clear in the first round. The first of our clears. What she got in her kit bag. Amber Fuller, Nopal Van Tillert. Gets the 10 out of the double. Unfortunately, the 2 rails, agony.
We have Mateo on 4.
Total of 8 over the 2 rounds. Fastest time so far puts it at the top of our leaderboard. But with 6 horses to go, 8 faults you wouldn't think would necessarily be in the top 3. But stranger things have happened. From Queensland, our veterinary surgeon, that is Matteo Davidson. This horse jumped brilliantly in round 1. It's Checkamore D. Four faults will go to the top of our leaderboard. Nine out of the double. So we do have a new leader. 1 rail down over the 2 rounds. 65.23 the time taken. Well inside the time allowed of 71 seconds. So out in front is the horse leading the arena now, Matteo Davidson. 4 penalties over the 2 rounds. Up next, the master of faster. He's the reigning national senior champion of Australia. With this horse, he won the recent World Cup qualifier in Tamworth. Away he goes. Tom McDermott, Coolie Gangster. $65.23, the time to beat. Great riding. Now, what about that? Saw a distance from here down to the beach to 12A and then dropped the bridle, rode up there on the 9. A new leader. 59.77 is our benchmark with the 4 penalties. The fairy tale. Could it really happen? Last year's winner, away from work, back into work, Josh Collins, this great, exuberant stallion, Cornell, looking for back-to-back wins in the Foresight Grand Prix.
We have just on course 1 to James, 2 to Gemma, and 3 to Aaron.
Great job, Josh Collins. Just the one rail. 4 faults, 67-1-2. Into third. Three combinations left to go. Jamie winning Kermond. Winning is the family name, family motto. Talara jumped fantastic in the first round. She knows that a clear round will get her to the top of this leaderboard. Jamie winning Kermond. Talara Selensky. Nine strides to the last. Hand in the air. Jamie winning Kermond. Talara Selensky. All clear. We have an absolute leader. Double clear over the 2 rounds. 66-1-5. And didn't she love that? Jimmy on fire. Jamie winning Kermond. Talara Selensky. All clear. 66-1-5. 2 to go from Queensland. This lovely imported horse, Gemma Crichton. Dada de Brimbelli. And off at the gallop. Added to 6 on the 11. Now she's got to keep moving. Great job. I tell you what, 64-5-6, she would have done the time. Gemma doesn't want to hear that, just the one rail. Jamie winning Kermond, Talara Selensky, all clear, 66-1-5, the one rail, 64-5-6. My goodness, we know the time can be done. There's one combination that can spoil the party for Jamie winning Kermond. It's the grand old mare, Val Invader, ridden so capably by Aaron Hadlow. Unlucky Aaron. A late pole. 8 faults over the 2 rounds. What he knew he had to go, and that is the fastest time we've seen in the second round. 8 faults, 61.97. So unofficially, it was a great round. We've only had one combination double clear, and their name is Jamie winning Kermond to Laura Stelensky. Only one double clear out of all those quality horses. The Foresight Grand Prix lived up to expectations. Be back with all the official placings very shortly. But I believe, yes, thanks are really down to that great horse, Stelensky. Jamie winning Kermond. Back shortly.
Aussie. Can you leave the foresight jumper?
Yeah, I'm not touching it.
Thank you.
The results are in, and it's official. The winner of the 2023 Foresight Grand Prix, Jamie winning Kermon to Lara Stelensky. In second, Tom McDermott, Cooley Gangster. Third, Gemma Crichton, Dada de Brimbele. In fourth, Matea Davidson, Checkamore D. In fifth, Josh Collins and the great stallion Cornell. The fastest time in the second round was actually Amber Fuller, Nopal Van Talert. Aaron Hadlow in seventh, Val Invader. Russell Johnson, our Olympian, De Prix in eighth. Sarah McMillan, Tyrone VDL in nine. Robert Palm, great to see Robert in the lineup. JB Vibrant in 10. From New Zealand, Sam Whale, Fleur de la Cour in 11th. And our young gun, Maddie Cinderberry and Cami Zed in 12th. We'll be there for a mounted presentation very shortly. One more class to go in the Grandstand Arena. Stand by, juniors, your course walk very shortly. The Evans Park Junior 1m25, our junior championship class of the afternoon. Evans Park Junior, stand by.
again. Thanks for sponsoring.
Trying to control my animals. Well, there's one between you. Oh, and it's a stallion. Oh,
You'll just walk around.
Yeah, no, I'm
They should be all right.
Go away.
How good is Jim?
We do have, well, no, we've got Martin. Well, hang on, we can't go because Martin's here. And we do have our sponsors.
They're good to go?
Yes, thank you.
Well, it was billed as the premier event of 4 days of top-class jumping at Willinga Park, and it certainly lived up to all the hype in the world. There was only one combination that could jump 2 clear rounds over this demanding track. Jamie winning Kermond to Lara Stelensky, the winners of the Foresight Willinga Grand Prix. Fantastic, Jamie. The ever-consistent Tom McDermott and Cooley Gangster into second. Turning out to be a real favourite of Tom's. From Queensland and into third, the imported brilliant horse that is Dada Day Brimbelli and Gemma Crichton. Staying in Queensland. She's a vet, she's a young mother, she's a great family person. Her name is Matea Davison. The horse is Checkamore D into fourth. The Fairy Tale at the back of the lineup because it's a stallion. Of course he's a stallion. We all know that horse throughout Australasia. His name in the plate is Josh Collins. He's our favourite horse. It's Cornell in fifth. She was the fastest in the second round. This horse, we hope, will see international competition for the jockey. Amber Fuller in sixth and Nopal Van Chalert. The Grand Mare had a crack again, didn't she? Great work. Aaron Hadlow in the saddle in seventh. Val Invader. Our Olympian, resplendent in red. From Victoria, Russell Johnson and the outstanding Prix. From the Central Coast of New South Wales, really smart riding again from Sarah McMillan, Tyrone VDL in ninth. And knocking on the door of doing something, and so good to see him in the lineup. Robert Palm in 10th with JB Vibrant. From New Zealand and looking to base now in Australia, Sam Whale in 11th, Fleur de la Cour. And to Maddie Cinderberry and Cami Zed into 12th. We wish you speed in terms of health and wealth. As we move over to Jamie. And Jamie, also, I think I would describe you as being knocking on the door of doing something big. Well, you've done it today. A great ride. Can you tell us a little bit about this great horse, Lara Stelensky?
Well, I don't know how long you've got, Martin, but I've got a fair bit to say about her. She's got all the jump, and Josh has been helping me a lot since he and Emma moved to Yandu. Basically, he rides her on the flat. Well, I don't ride her at home. I just catch ride. He's put all the gears on her, and now she just feels unbelievable. So thanks to Josh and Emma, and she's a special one in the stable. She's got a heap of character. She's very friendly, but can go off like a rocket. So Lockie, my groom who handles her, he just went to Europe. He's back, so it's nice that he's back for this. And Bryden, who's been with me at home, Locke Kerman's been overseas with Lachlan. He leaves on Tuesday, so I'm going to see this as a parting gift for him. I told him Kerm doesn't win as much as me now, so have fun. And I mentioned those guys because without everyone, we've got Phoebe and Sarah also up at the stables, but without those guys, these horses don't make it in the ring, and they certainly don't win ribbons. They care for them more than they care for themselves. We try to feed them while they're looking after our horses, so I can't thank our team enough. We've got people at home, Josh and Leonie and everyone. It's just a team that does this. So Josh and Emma, who've joined our team, Kerm and I, hopefully this is just the start of big things to come for all of us. Josh won this last year. He's got big plans for himself and his wife, new baby here. So we've got the kids' creche at home. Thanks to everyone for looking after my kids at home and making this possible. Big thanks to my parents for supporting me, buying me such a nice horse. Mark Fraser bred her to Lara Warmbloods, but Kirsty Ansell had her since a young horse. She actually Grand Prix her up in Queensland. She's done a fantastic job starting the mare, and I just thank her for letting me buy her from her. So thanks to everyone involved in this horse. She is incredibly special to us, and I was just excited that I gave her a ride that everyone could see how good she was today. I let her do it. So thank you.
Well done, lovely words. Now, before I take that microphone back, I have got a question for you. The Sydney Hobart's coming up January next year. Are you in the team?
Yeah, I am on crew. It's quite good that I won this because I sit on the boat and know absolutely nothing about sailing. I'm good for filling up water bottles, snacks. I did a cheese platter one night. They thought that was ridiculous because they don't do that. So I'm going to go and I've been doing a bit of training, and I'm going to do some twilight training and try and take some of my friends on board. Holly Griffith, who's here with me, my friend, she did the Hobart, so I saw her do it, and I thought maybe I'll give it a crack. So maybe if I can learn something about sailing and not look so useless, that'd be good.
Beautiful. So you're in the Hobart next year. Great news. I'll take that microphone from you. Beautiful words. Thank you. Well spoken. And so, Jamie, please, if you would, you are the star of the show. As mentioned, there was only one combination that jumped double clear in the Foresight Grand Prix. And we're looking at it. Please put your hands together as we go for our traditional lap of honour. Jamie winning Kermond to Lara Stelensky, the great mare that she is, the winners of the 2023 Foresight Willinga Park Grand Prix. Tom McDermott, Cooley Gangster in the second, Gemma Crichton, Dada Dave Brimbelli in third, Matea Davidson, Checkamore D in fourth, Josh Collins and the wonderful stallion Cornell in fifth, Amber Fuller, Nepal Van Tillert in sixth, the wonderful Val Invader in seventh, Russell Johnson, Da Prix in eighth, Sarah McMillan, Tyrone VDL. Come around again, please, Jamie. Sam Fleur. That's the way. Your winner, Jamie winning Kermond to Lara Stelensky. Sam Whale in 11th and Maddie Cinderberry in 12th. That was a fantastic 2 rounds of jumping. Thoroughly enjoyed. And didn't the horses again jump fantastic off this great surface? One more competition to go before we close another year at Willinga. It's the Junior Grand Prix, 1 metre 20, being built now by Graham Watts and his team. Junior riders, stand by. Your course for walking will be open very shortly. Junior riders, your course is now open for walking. Junior riders in our 1 metre 20, your course is now open for warding.